Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Valentine Lister and this is my Major Arcana series. In this video, we are going to go over the Hermit card and we're going to dive deep. So by the end of this video, you're going to know like pretty much everything that's in this card. We're going to go over the secret symbolism, the numerology, the astrological associations, as well as the upright and the reversed meanings. All right, the Hermit card. So what's happening here? All right, in the middle, like say it with me, we have the OG version of the Rider-Waite deck. This one is the most popular, most familiar deck for tarot, but it's not the only one. It was published in 1909 by publishers Rider and Waite, and the artwork was done by Pamela Coleman Smith. However, tarot is way older than that. It's not the original, it's not the first version, because it started in like the 1400s and it was a popular card game, and then people started using it as a divination tool. That's as much as we know. Maybe there's another story to that. If you've heard other stories, I would love to hear it in the comments. Then on the right, I have the deck that I recommend for beginners. This is the Light Seers Tarot deck. It was the one that I began with. It actually fueled my love for the Rider-Waite. I like started falling in love with the Rider-Waite, but only after I used this one. At first, I really didn't connect to the Rider-Waite. And so I love this deck. And then we have the Way Home Tarot. And that is because one of the books I learned tarot from is from Bakara Wintner. I love her so much. Her book, WTF Tarot, I like cried, like I loved her stories. I really connected with it. So if you're interested in any of these decks or the books that I learned from, I linked that down in the description box below. All right, so let's get into the numbers, the numerology. So it's the number 9 representing the Hermit, and you know that because you can see the number 9s here. And so that the number 9 represents the end of a cycle. So this is like this is not the last card, right? We go up to card number 21, but this represents a major ending in part of the story of the major arcana, where something has been learned and we have this experience. And then doesn't stop there, right? It's like a story where you think it's over and it's like, oh no, but there's more. There's another twist or turn or conflict, right? But this is like the number 9 represents the end of a cycle. So it's wisdom through experience and integration. So it's through wisdom through lived experience. And so 9 is the last number before we restart at 1. So the next card after this is going to be number 10, right? And if we add number 1 to 0, it equals 1. So we're going to restart at 1 next. And the number 9 represents compassion, tolerance, and humanitarianism. It represents completion, wholeness, and satisfaction. And it also represents the intellect. All right, so the secret symbolism. Okay, so we're going to look at the Rider-Waite first here. And the Hermit is carrying, this is the lighted lamp of truth with a 6-pointed star. So what does a 6-pointed star mean? Well, it means the union of male and female, earth and sky. It's integration and manifestation. It's like this integration of polarities between masculine, feminine, or yin and yang, right? Earth and sky, spirit and matter, things like that. And this guy is holding a patriarch staff. And so I looked up a patriarch staff. I didn't know what that meant. Like when I was looking this up, it's like a staff that like a clergy or bishop would use to guide you. He doesn't look like a bishop. He looks like some kind of monk there. But he's holding a patriarch staff. And he has this cloak of protection to keep the truth from those who aren't ready to see it. And he's holding the light in the darkness to guide others through the nights of spiritual darkness. So next I'm going to go over to the variation of the light seers. So here we have the lantern here, the bottom of these like precarious steps up here. And then we have this dark and narrow mountain. Now I think the staff is to represent like going up a mountain, helping up a mountain too. But I was like a little confused with that when looking this up. So we see that the light is actually emanating from the woman in the photo. Like the inner light is coming from her. Like she's the lantern. Like so cool, right? And then I'm going to move over to the Hermit card, and we, in the Way Home Tarot variation, love this one. It's a bear. And so I looked at the symbolism of a bear, and a bear represents magical healing powers and strength and wisdom. And then there's like the little lightning bug here for the lamp, and the lightning bug I looked that up too. It represents, symbolizes inner light and shining, like shining your inner lights, right? And so in here we have the play of black and white with like the snow and the cave, right? And so I'm going to move into the colors because I really love like the color play, especially in these Hermit cards, because we have gray here and gray here, right? And gray is the merging of black and white for wisdom, right? Things that we learn through our journeys, that things are not just black and white. It's not this or that. The truth is like somewhere in between, and that's where true wisdom is. And so there's this interplay here of black and white, and then we have this like grayish bear here. And then the other colors we have here, we have a light blue, and that really represents compassion, and it's like also purity, but it's like serenity, mental clarity. It's just really a beautiful, caring energy in this card. And we have white that represents purity, wholeness, and protection. And then we have black. Black represents the power, the unconscious, banishing, and wisdom from going through the dark. Okay, the astrological correspondence. A lot of people joke about this, right? Because if you know a Virgo, like they're like, I just want to be left alone. Maybe not. Maybe we got some social Virgos. I don't know. Shout it out in the comments below. If you're a Virgo or know a Virgo, like, how do you think this card relates to them and their personality and like how they are, if they're like sun sign Virgo or if they have like Virgo placements? But yes, this card represents the zodiac sign of Virgo. And another interesting thing about Virgo is it's ruled by Mercury. And so it's interesting, like at the beginning, we had Mercury, like in the manifestation part, right, in card number 1. And now we have a Mercury ruled sign, like holding this wisdom in like an earthy, sensual, feminine sign. Okay, so I have a little card nickname for this card to remember it, and it's maybe I should take some time to myself and be single. So you'll understand what I mean with this part of the story if you watched the easiest way to learn the major arcana video that I did. If you did not, please go watch it. I'm going to link it up here and put it in the description below, because it's super important to remember that the major arcana is a whole story and the cards are linked together. And it's talking about all of the major life things that happen in our lives, like birth, getting married, having a home, getting a home, like going into a relationship, like a spiritual or psychological breakthrough, all of these major things. And it's important to understand how the cards all connect to each other. So that's what I did in that video. Okay, and versus, like, we have the minor arcana as well, and the minor arcana is more like the day-to-day simple things that happen, you know, throughout life. Okay, so the upright meaning for the Hermit. So it means to take time for contemplation. It's about seeking guidance from the spirit world or a spiritual practice. So some examples to understand it. It could be like spending time alone in spiritual reflection or meditation, finding a spiritual teacher or guru to guide you, taking a spiritual pilgrimage, going to a retreat center or on a quiet vacation, or being single for a while to find yourself. So yeah, if you're doing a relationship reading, this is like, take some time for yourself and be single, please. All right, and the reversed meaning. So if the card is reversed, for my newbies, okay, it's going to be upside down like this. And some people read reversals, some people don't. And to be honest, it's really up to you. You know, it's really your preference. Some really great readers don't read them. Some really great readers do. I personally like them, so I read them. But if you are going to read reversals, if a card comes out upside down, it means that the energy is being blocked or avoided. You're not letting that energy come through. The energy is there. It is there, but you're blocking it, avoiding it. You don't want it to come through. You can't handle it. You're afraid of it. Or your intuition is telling you to hold off on letting this energy come through. So it could be your intuition telling you something important about holding off, right? And tarot brings our awareness to like what is happening, and then you can decide what to do. So if it's reversed, it means that you're keeping yourself busy to avoid inner reflection. You may not be listening to your inner wisdom or advice from the wise people around you. Or it could mean things like, you know, entering a relationship because you're afraid to be alone. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this video about the Hermit card. This is just a reminder that I'm putting out more videos in this series. So to get notified of those, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. Now, if you're watching this way into the future, don't worry. At the end screen, I've linked the Major Arcana playlist as well as other videos from the Major Arcana series. All right, love you guys. Take care, and I will see you in the next video. If you like this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell to be notified for whenever I release a new video every single week.